Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Republican primaries. Now, this is Cowabunga Ranger Talk. We are rocking and rolling. With me, as always, is my road dog,
DTV
my
83.
partner in crime, DTV 83, the yin to the yang that is this megaplex of a podcast here. If this
Yes.
is your first time watching, by the way, we cover Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. It's a hybrid podcast for somebody that may just like be casually clicking and saw thumbnails or whatever. That's what we do here. Also, we talk automotive because that seems to really get the numbers buzzing. When we start talking about cars and ooh. But yeah, today we're gonna be doing a Beyond episode where we usually just talk about one brand or the other brand. We're gonna be looking at specific company. We're gonna be looking at the loyal subjects. But before we do that, we have a couple of pickups. We got a couple of things to kind of like run through, and you know, you wanted to say something before
Well,
we get
just
rocking?
like you said, it's just all about loyal subjects, and we had a few things we picked up. I did a special Forever Clover build, so I'll show you guys that. And actually, I think the best part about this build is actually the little Lego characters that it comes with. So I'll show you those first. These little guys are just to me are so has a little emblem on it. I thought that was pretty cool because the other ones you get don't have that emblem, and the buckles look better. Little belt buckles they have. It comes with three of them, and you know all of them have that nice detail emblem on the chest. Unfortunately, Forever Clover does not like the color pink, so you don't ever get a Pink Ranger. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. But
Yeah.
this guy right here is not too bad looking, actually. When I took off the little red piece that was up here by his throat, I guess you could consider it. There goes his head. Anyways, and then there's some pieces that go up here. Kind of look kind
Yeah.
of stupid, but from when you take them off, they look okay. He
If
is
you
pretty
want, you
thin
go full
though.
screen so we can see you better,
Okay, give me a second. Give me a
because of the
second.
settings.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah. While he's
Oh, will
doing
that?
that, you guys can check out more episodes on our YouTube channel, Cowabunga Ranger Talk. It's got a bunch of other stuff, and it should be fun to, because we are the type of podcast where we talk about news here and there, but we try to be more subject based instead
Yes.
of regular podcasts like, oh, this is one thing, and that's all we talk.
All right, I'll blow myself up here.
All right,
So I lost the horn
there
because
you
the
go.
head fell off, but uh, yeah. So there was pieces up here. I took them off because they just looked stupid. It didn't flow.
Hmm.
But this thing has ball joints all over the place. So there's a ball joint over here, one for his hands on each one. So shoulders, hands, and then um, yeah, even one down here at the elbow. There's two at the hip for each leg, and then there's actually one's down here by the heads. So the ball joints are all over the place. Where if they were glued together, this would stick together better. You
Hmm.
would have more articulation than most Megazords out there today. But unfortunately, when you start moving this guy, he starts falling apart. So you got to be very careful. And like we were talking about, yes, it is very hollow as well. You can kind of see that it's hollow right down here. It's very thin, but if I super glued this together, you would have more articulation. I think I might do that. I haven't decided. Uh, that was
Hmm.
one of my goals originally was not to super glue this guy to see if it would actually stay together. And as long as you hold it by like, the hips here, you're
Hmm.
fine. But yeah, I had to modify the hand to keep the sword in too, so I have an extra piece there. Because originally the pieces, Forever Clover has a problem. The pieces don't stick together half the time. So cheap Legos. But I think if I add more Legos to this, some sort, I could probably make it look better too. But it's gonna be more chunkier and thicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the articulation of this thing would have been awesome if it would stay together. I know if you buy the Voltron Lego set, you can turn it into the Megazord. There's an actual guy on Reddit that has the blueprints for it, and it takes nothing more than just the pieces from Voltron, and it looks amazing. So
All
yeah,
right,
that's
that's pretty cool.
yeah. So what about you? What did you get?
Well, first thing I'm
I'll
getting right
I'll
here
blow
is I'm
you up
getting
real
organized.
fast. Oh,
Remember, I
nice.
used to have all the Super 7 stuff here.
Yes.
Yeah, I put most of that away. I'm switching over now because there's a lot of changes in my life coming up, and I'm not gonna be where I usually record. I'm
Yes,
I'm
that's
moving
true.
and doing a lot of stuff. So this right here is the my action figures because I'm a toy maker. These are for my different toys that I, so, you know, box them into this character, this character, this character, this character, this character, this character. I
Mm-hmm.
put the paint to them, the plastic assembly, everything for one specific character goes into each of the little shoe boxes, if you will, and it
Yeah.
keeps everything organized and clean. So, okay, I need to finish painting one character. Okay, so I know it's this box, and I don't have to be digging through a bunch of stuff. And I recommend this to other people that are toy makers as well because this stuff is not brittle, but since it's 3D printed, it's delicate. It's not as hard plasticky as most assembly line stuff where you can like smash it into a tote and be all right. No, this stuff has to kind of go like this. And since you paint it with, acrylic paints or whatever paint you use, satin paints, whatever, you still want to keep those like okay, like these are five paints for this five character, and that's it. That's what he uses. And I can have 20 little figures here or one. Still, that box is for that specific character. So I organized that, and
Very cool.
that this is right now for eight of them, but I've modeled, created, printed, physically made um, a bunch of figures of, and it's not to this isn't the Mascara
You,
Fighters show or anything like that, but it's organizing. That was my point, and yeah, that's pretty much what's on here.
yeah.
You with me, buddy?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay, just checking because we're doing a lot of technical issues in this
Yeah.
episode. And next thing I actually picked up was right here.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Some turtles.
Yeah, some turtle stuff. So this one I already had. This
Super
is the
Shredder.
Super Shredder, but this is the one that re-released when they had the six pack with about 3 years ago. Remember that
Yes.
it was they did the sewer train in a
Yes,
box
I
of sewer.
do.
Yeah, that was with all of the characters have the same body and just slightly different greens, but it's not the actual movie Star Turtles. It's an assimilation with all of them wearing the same body and different heads, basically.
Yeah.
And this is the Super Shredder for it. Now this one is pretty accurate. And see, this was the one that came in the six pack here.
Uh-huh.
I've had this one. I just never had a chance to open this one because I have a few Super Shredders and there's no really need to crack this guy open just yet. What I
Yeah.
saw, and I saw this the other day, and I studied a picture for it, but I didn't pick it up that day, was the new Super Shredder, the 40th anniversary Super Shredder. And I saw him again today, and I was like, you know what the hell? And I picked him up. This is the
Oh,
one
there
with
is a
the,
difference.
yeah, of course. Look, if I can back up here.
You got to scoot over a little bit, little bit.
See, there.
There
There,
you
I think you
go.
can see him better now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
Okay.
new one is all painted up with like sort of the color scheme that the that the actual loyal subjects, because they have a loyal subjects one with like sort of a grayish head, so it kind
Yeah.
of goes with today's topic. So
It
I
it
got
looks
that
a lot.
guy.
It looks a lot better. That's for sure.
I got him because I was like, bro, It's Super Shredder. It's a variant of a Super Shredder. I know. I'm a sucker for this thing. I'm a total mark for the Ninja Turtles, especially this subline, the movie stars. I told you if
Yeah,
I find Rizar with like the actual movie colors, of course I'm gonna buy him. And Toko with like more accurate. Hell yeah,
I do find it funny though. And you know, the 40th anniversary logo is on everything now. You know, yeah,
yeah. To
on
remind you how
everything.
young you are.
Yeah,
Forever
yeah.
young. I wanna be forever young.
Question is how old were you when the comic book came out? The very first comic book. How old were you?
Oh, I was approximately -5.
-5. Okay.
-5. Yeah. Well, I was -5. Let's leave it there. Oh man,
Yep. Let's leave it there.
yeah, yeah. Oh, the other copy. I blew your mind with the -5. Now you start calculating. Wait a minute. This guy. This is the other one I
The
got.
foot, the Foot Clan, the
Yeah, the
Foot
Foot Clan, but
Soldier.
this is the 40th
Yeah,
Foot Clan with like the light green hands and the dark color.
looks good.
Yeah, funny. I got it because it's another variant on the Foot Soldiers, and I do like this scale. So, and I don't
Yeah.
collect the NECA, so, but I actually have look this. I have this boy right here. This is the actual movie star Foot Soldier. This is the actual colors. This is like a darker variant, and like you can see. Let me move my finger so you can see better. It is not the same thing.
No, but I see what they're going for because like when you watch it like on an old TV or in a dark theater, the colors looked a little more darker because of how they filmed
Yeah,
it. I mean, I see what they're going for.
yeah. Oh, and this is another one I wanted to show. Remember I told you I had the bootleg?
Yeah.
The bootleg is actually screen accurate. Like,
Oh, that's
why?
funny.
Why is the bootleg screen accurate?
Because it can be. Because it can be. No one cares. You
Yeah.
know.
Only thing it has this hole here in the back of it for some weird reason, but still pretty accurate. This looks like the shade of the movie one where the foot soldier slapped April.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah.
have a message for you, and brah, lit her up.
Yep.
uh, that was when I was -6 years old.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I don't know how you get to be -6 when the movie came out because movie came out years after that. After the comic. Come on now. What were you? Maybe 2.5.
uh, oh, but see, now I have a nice little collection of foot soldiers.
There you go.
Yeah, and I like this. I hope they make more characters. That this line is fun. Try to if NECA got the Tatsu license, maybe they can Playmates can get a Tatsu in this scale. That'd be pretty cool.
You know,
Or they
I,
make
I
a
like
regular Shredder.
I like Playmates. I'm sorry. Like I don't need a Super 7. I don't need a NECA. I like just Playmates. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
not
I'm
everything
I'm
needs to
good.
have 40 points of articulation. This is awesome.
Well, not only that, but nothing has to be over like $35 all the time either. So to be
Yeah,
something collecting. People collect Hot Wheels are like $1.50, $1.25. Whatever. You don't need
yeah,
always to spend hundreds of dollars on a figure just because you want to collect a line.
yeah,
That $100 line doesn't mean it's going to be any better than a $50 toy or a $35 toy from Hasbro. It's just it is what it is.
yeah. Oh, I was listening to some rock music recently. Do you listen to rock music, modern stuff, or not? You're more classic.
I listen to everything.
Yeah, I was listening to this one song. Somebody told me that you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend that I had on perfume. That's a fun song, but
It is.
if you listen to the lyrics,
Yeah.
it's
Be
kind of
careful.
sad because like
Yeah.
the guys. You want me to go into it? I'll go into it.
Well, I know exactly what it's about. I know. I can already. Yeah.
Yeah, like and we keep a pretty PG show for the most
Exactly. Like
part,
I
but
said, it's,
still,
just hold it.
yeah. So I'm not gonna
Yeah.
deep dive into it, but there's a line literally in the song. The guy's like, "Save yourself for me." Wow,
Yeah.
bro. You know, I said, maybe like, he's like that. Please, like, look at this guy and look at me. Like,
Exactly.
uh, and it's kind of cute the way the song is written because he's obviously saying that the girl that the guy's with is, but
Yes. Exactly.
he's also kind of like putting himself down because he's like that I had on perfume wearing of last year. Like, basically, I'm not the trendiest dude in the world, and the other guy is probably very trendy. But
Yeah.
it's funny. It's one of those things you see in real life too. It's not even just a song thing. Sometimes you're like, hey, this connects with this and that connects with that. Yeah. I wonder if Ninja Turtles would ever use one of those type of tracks in any of their movies. Is that it's like April and Casey and Donnie or something. And Donnie saying that
Right.
Casey's. Donnie's like, save
Well,
yourself for me.
he kind of did that in the first movie. Kind of had that little hand movement in the first movie. You're claustrophobic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. That was something, bro. Like,
Me, I'm not claustrophobic. I'm gonna go sleep in my truck.
oh no, that's when he says, "Man, I've never even looked at another." Yeah. So we get close to the line, but we don't jump the line. We just
No, no.
we. This is a fun podcast, and we don't want to offend anybody or anything like that. So, but that movie was crazy. Now that you say that, I didn't understand as a kid why Casey didn't like just sleep in the sewers with the turtles, right? Like, hey, everybody else is sleeping in there. Like the kids sleeping in there, April sleeping in there, the Splinter, the four turtles. But you look at it from Casey's perspective, and it's like, wait a minute, bro. You want me to sleep with a bunch of mutated turtles, a giant rat, some half runaway kid, and this chick that won't really pay attention to me? Like, no, I'm gonna
Yeah,
sleep in my truck. And
right.
he's like sleeping in the truck, like kicking out the door. He can't really fall asleep. Then that's
You
where
know,
he catches the foot soldier crawling in there.
I,
That's
I've slept.
deep.
I've slept in my car before. I know how it is.
Yeah, but it was just that situation that, like, you don't see
Yeah.
it as a kid. As a kid, you're like, oh, I guess he wants to sleep in his trap. And when you think about it, it's like, oh,
Okay. Yeah.
he's got a point. But
Yeah.
moving on from that, yes, to not get too into it. Yesterday, I had the day off and I went to see the. I don't know if you've seen any new movies, but I saw the Transformers One.
Yeah. I have not seen any of that.
It is
It's good.
exactly what the trailer tells you. But though you don't think you're like splitting the atom or you're getting anything new, or this is absolutely nothing new as far as story.
So, so what you're saying it's a way to sell toys,
It's good
pretty
though.
much.
It's
Yeah.
it's honest. This is something I love about Transformers when they do this. When they get rid of all the humans. And I know this is a Ninja Turtle podcast, but we're talking a movie here for a second. So everybody bear with me.
Transformers is
Yeah, if
it
it's a
falls in line. It
superhero
falls in
team.
line. Yeah.
Superhero team. Hey, a minute ago I was talking about Mascara Fighters.
And you know
That's a
what? You know
superhero
what?
team. It's a
Transformers,
superhero team.
Power Rangers, all owned by Hasbro. We're good. We're good. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, man. That'd be something. Oh, that's the. But getting into the review for a second, the movie is very good because it lets the Transformers live in the Transformer world. One of the issues I always had with the Michael Bay movies, and all of them are the Michael Bay movies because he's the producer, the director, or the executive producer,
Yeah.
or it's his studio. So Michael Bay is involved in all 7 or 8 movies. So you can stop with the BS about, oh, he wasn't part of Bumblebee. Yeah, he was. It even says it at the beginning. Oh, this is Michael Bay Productions or Bay Films or whatever his studio's called. So he's
Yeah.
he's been a part of them all. That's
It's just
So Steven Spielberg came back for this one. I think he's one of the directors or something because right at the beginning it says Steven Spielberg, Michael Bay, Transformers. The story is very. It's nothing you haven't seen, but it's very well done. Like Beast Wars.
Okay.
Beast Wars was an amazing show because it let the Transformers live in the Transformers world. It wasn't about Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf and
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf's got a dick joke and no, you don't need to. Or you get the friend from Grace Under Fire, the redhead, to come back and be the mom. No, leave Grace Under Fire over there. We're doing a Transformers movie. You know, I like Brett Butler as much
Yeah.
as the next person, but still, we're talking Transformers here. Like, so I like worlds where and Transformers worlds specifically because it's all about them. It's supposed to be about the Autobots, the Decepticons, the Maximals, the Predacons. Like, why are you putting all of this filler, all of these 20 characters? And oh no, now we need the. You know what this movie needs? We need Tyrese. And I like Tyrese. This isn't to bag on Tyrese, but like on more human characters, more people, and then oh here's Tyrese's job, and then we because he's I think he's like a fighter pilot in one of the Transformers movies or two.
Yeah.
So you have to hire the other people that are also and more extras and his lieutenant and then the white dude that does a lot of romantic comedies. He's in there too as the secondary. Like you just keep adding more humans when it should be about the Transformers. It's a Transformers movie. It should be about
Exactly.
them. I think it works much better when you do stuff like Ninja Turtles in live action because they're supposed to be the rarity, you know. It's like four
Yeah.
turtles, fish out of water story. Like they're not supposed to belong. They're living in the modern world in New York and this and that. So that makes sense. That you don't have a planet of Ninja Turtles.
No.
You have a planet called Cybertron. You
Yep.
literally don't need any more characters. You have like a planet full. The planet is actually made out of Primus and all of these other mythos and stuff. But like really, you have a planet full of characters. You don't need another planet to unless you're I just think it's too much when they add so many secondary characters. You know, in anything, in any media. Like I'll bring it back Power Rangers. We both like Power Rangers, obviously. I think it's
Oh
good
yeah,
when
of
they keep
course.
the yeah. I think it's good when they keep the human count low. Like, okay, here's the Rangers and they're already human. Okay, but this show's about, humans driving these fancy car robots and fighting aliens. That's basically what Power Rangers is. Oh no, here's Trini's
Yes.
third cousin. And no, this episode's about the principal having a bad rug and oh no, in this episode we get Bulk and Skull with a pilot face, and then another episode with Bulk and Skull with a pilot face. You don't need that much humor. The show is naturally funny in a lot of ways, and
Yeah.
like all the shows are written differently, so every season and stuff like that. But I think from a writing perspective, I think for Transformers, going back to the Transformers one thing to add my little review, it's a very good movie. The only thing is, I'm not gonna spoil the big change in Megatron because most people already know it. I mean, because this is a retelling. This is not a brand new thing. This movie is
Okay.
actually an adaptation of a comic. That's an adaptation of a video game. You've done this story a couple of times, so I'm not like revealing secrets and magical reveals here.
Yeah.
Like the Ninja Turtle origin. You've seen the Ninja Turtle origin a couple of times. The
You,
Batman
you,
origin. You've seen
yeah.
Bruce
You
Wayne's.
know how it's gonna go down. No one's
You
gonna
know where
change
we're
that
going.
origin story. Well, they might tweak it a little bit, like okay, well these were pet shops, but like April O'Neil's pets, or it was just four unlucky turtles. I mean, overall, it's still the same thing. Covered it through somehow. Grow up. Master Splinter somehow teaches them ninjutsu for some weird reason or another. Yeah, it's always the same. Transformers, it's always about the Energon. Trying to get the Energon, save the Energon. You know, um, yeah, Spider Man always gets bit by a
That
spider.
should be interesting
You
enough,
know,
right? Like
yeah.
In
You know
Ninja
the
Turtles, we're
story,
always
Paul.
chasing the retro mutagen news. Like, oh, we gotta
Hmm.
turn Splinter back to human, but that'll kill the turtles if it touches the turtles, which is a good
Yeah.
catalyst and a good thing. That it's a double-edged sword thing.
You know, they did it in the original 88 cartoon or
Yeah,
the
yeah, because
80
in the
89
'88,
cartoon.
Splinter was Hamato Yoshi.
Yeah, but
He
they
was a
actually had
human
a
that was mutated
yeah.
into a rat.
That and then at one episode, Donatello had a reverse mutagen ray or something like that. It was like a gun they hit him with, and he turned into a human for a while. And
Oh yeah, he turned
he
into
decided
like
he
some
did
fat white kid. I was like, what? Like,
something
yeah,
like that. No, no, that was
yeah,
Mikey. Mikey did that. No,
yeah,
Master
yeah. It
Splinter
was
actually
Mikey. It
came
was
back,
Mikey.
but Splinter came back to me and Amato Yoshi, and he decided no, he doesn't want to live that way or something. I couldn't remember what it was, but it was
Yeah, it was something like he could only do it. It was like in Power Rangers
kept
SPD, like she could only morph. The Cat Ranger could only work for 24 hours or something stupid, like just
yeah
something to
something
get
like
back to the
that.
status quo. Like
Yeah,
yeah, because you can't have Cat Ranger, because then you'd have Cat Ranger, SPD, Omega, the A Squad, B Squad, and you're stacked up with Rangers. You're starting to make the bad guys
hey,
look inferior,
bad.
and that's not the purpose of anything. As a
No,
storyteller, no.
I like the Cat Ranger though. I'm sorry, I did. I like
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
Cat
like the
Ranger.
Cat Ranger. I'm just saying, like, you can't have that many Rangers because then the bad guys seem lesser. Like Ninja Turtles, there's four turtles fighting all of the Foot Clan, right?
Yeah.
If we hire more turtles, we figure out how to mutate more turtles, then the bad guy, the threat drops. You know, so it's
Well, see,
not
they
four
did that.
turtles versus 300 foot soldiers. We
No,
hire some dudes, or you know what I mean? Like, you're
they did
leveling
that.
off.
They did that for a little bit though. They did that for a little bit. They hired the frogs.
Oh yeah, they try
Yeah,
to put
yeah,
those
they did
frogs
it.
into everything. Yeah,
Frogs,
those frogs.
neutrinos. Yeah,
Yeah, but I think those are sort of the one-offs.
yeah.
Like oh, this time we're bringing in the neutrinos, and oh, they talk like 50s people, like oh, radical cats, how you doing? Like, why? All right, fine.
Come
That's
on.
just a guest starring thing. It's not a permanent
I think.
because
Yeah.
it would be different. You make a valid point. If the frogs stuck around, because the neutrinos are from Dimension X, fine, go back to Dimension X. But the frogs are from my side of the world. They're from
Florida.
Florida. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
swamped
from the
frogs. I
swamps.
mean, yeah. Well, oh, you want to go back to quicksand, or you want to live in the sewers of New York? I guess I'll live in the sewers of New York. At least there's some plumbing.
Right?
We're all
No,
over the place today.
we haven't even hit the subject yet.
Yeah, yeah, we haven't even got to the subject. So let's crack open that subject. Let's see what the loyal subjects makes besides just Ninja Turtles.
Give me 1 second. Oh man, this one.
Well, today I was at Ross
Yeah.
and I saw loyal subjects makes Lord of the Rings. So
Yeah.
make Lord of the Ring figures.
Well, it looks like they make a lot of classic figures. Strawberry shortcake, Rainbow Bright. Of course, we
Hmm.
all know about the Ninja Turtles. Spider-Man characters, Marvel characters, I guess, but
Oh, they make
the
Avatar the
or
next day.
yeah, I'm not sure how many pages there are, but
Yeah, yeah, no, you're fine.
oh, just a mental note that I thought about it that I saw this little pizza box up here. Today is National Pepperoni Day, Pepperoni Pizza Day. I thought it was a joke. I saw an email from Super Seven at first, and then I got other emails from like Papa Murphy's and Little Caesars, and it all says National Pepperoni Day. I'm like, what is this? you know,
Yeah.
I've heard like National like Donut Day and 7-Eleven Slurpee Day, and you know,
Whoa, this is a PG show, buddy.
what are you talking about? That is
Let's keep
PG.
it PG. Let's keep it
It's
PG.
PG.
National Soft Drink Day, so nobody
There
gets
you go.
offended.
So I actually just saw these turtles here at
Yeah,
Ross the other day,
yeah.
and they actually don't look too bad. But again, actually for the price, they were like $8 each at Ross. These two, but then I would
Right.
have to go find these two, and it would just be a whole other situation.
Slippery slope.
Exactly. Here's your cool foot soldier avatar. So far, I've only seen a few different IPs, but I know they have a lot more than this.
Do they make Monster High? Is that what those things are? Or that's something else?
Bella girls with cupcakes. What the heck? Girls with cupcakes. I'm not sure what the hell that
Oh,
is,
I have no idea what that is.
but
I guess that's supposed to be something that compete with Polly Pocket or something,
I don't know.
or Monster High one, like a competitor to it for
Yeah,
girls, I guess.
something.
Yeah.
So if we actually go through license, they got ACDC, Alien,
Go to
Avatar.
Alien. Go to Alien. See what
Oh,
they
no,
got in Alien.
Alien.
Yeah.
That's all they have. That's all they're showing.
Oh, what a tease.
Right?
I
It's
thought they
like you
were
got
gonna
the
show the
alien.
products and the characters. We're looking at
Let's
official
look.
sites here.
Yeah. Let's go to ACDC. We all know who. Sorry, there are no. Well, maybe because they have the licenses mean they make stuff. Family
Yeah,
Guy.
but you figure you have the license, you would have made something.
You would have thought,
You're looking at
but
products.
it's Bob's Burgers, maybe. No. So this is kind of an interesting thing to happen. I've seen it. Do they actually have it? So I'm a little confused here. So they have all these licenses,
Maybe
but
it's
they're
the
doing
browser or
nothing.
something. But
Oh,
it
it's not.
should be bringing it up.
It says Cowabunga, so there are no products in this in this collection.
Yeah.
So they have it, but they don't do anything with it, or they're not.
Yeah, it might be one of
Uh,
those. The website is bad or something, or the
might be.
cookies or something. It doesn't let you see everything.
Well, yeah, I think
You
it's
know
the
what? Go
website.
to Amazon and put in the loyal subjects. Maybe that'll bring everything up.
Yeah, we can do
Get
that.
get get out of there and just go to Amazon because Amazon usually has a lot of that product.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Um,
Oh, by the way, while you're looking for that, since I brought up a song, do you have a
yeah.
song you were thinking about or you've been listening to recently?
Um, there's been a lot of songs I've been listening to.
Yeah. Hotel
Like
California.
God, no, like some 41 fat. I think it's called Fat Lip, the old fashioned one they used to do when they were
Oh
actually
man.
like punks.
Yeah, we laugh when no people fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, these are not all loyal subjects, are they? No. You know what? Actually, I think Entertainment Earth might be better.
Yeah. I like
Yeah,
Sum
because you can
41.
actually.
Oh, that's a good band.
Mecca, Jad.
We like having fun at other people's expenses. The fence. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Oh man, since we're talking 40th anniversary Turtles, it just reminded me of this group. The What's My Age Again? What's My Age Again? What was their name? The name of the band? What was it?
Uh, that
The,
was
the, the
uh, that was Blank One
Blink
Eighty
182.
Two.
Yeah, Blink 182. That's a good band too.
Yeah,
All
very good
the
band.
small things. The truth is, truth. She
Okay,
left me
that's gonna be
roses
better.
by the stairs. Surprised that me once again.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, actually, actually today I was actually listening to before this show because I was actually had my guitar waiting for you to come on.
Yeah.
Uh, I was trying to remember how to play a very old song. by Darkin called Dream Warrior.
How does it
It was
go?
in Freddy Krueger. Um, I hate singing, dude. I hate singing.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, it was part of the Freddy Krueger series. It's Freddy Krueger 3, I think it was the Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's very in depth of a guitar song. Bum, bum, dun, 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 do, 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 do. Yeah. So, anyways, here we go again. Loyal subjects. Oh, come on, go away, honey. Um, you got turtles, strawberry shortcake, rainbow bright again. This is your favorite Krang.
It's not horrible.
No, no.
Oh man, the other day I was at a comic shop. Now that you say that crank, now that you show that crank right there, I was at the
Yeah,
one of the comic book shops here, and you know they've had the loyal subjects has been they've been leaking into Ross,
yeah,
and I saw it at the comic book shop. The Krang, the purple Krang, because the Crane in his walker, but the walker's purple, and it
yeah,
had the sticker of Ross that says 9.99, and then on the other side of it, it said 24.99. I was like, whoa!
man.
I thought that was kind of cute. I was like, all
Yeah.
right, bro, yeah, it's a hell of a markup, buddy.
Well, I have to say, I like this combination right here. You get both sides. You get her human side and her turtle side. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So, but they make Lord of the Rings, I guess.
yeah. I don't know how far they get into it though. Like, did
No,
they make the core characters, or they just make a one-off, or what?
probably core characters. Frodo, Gandalf, whoever the other
Yeah.
ones were, I can't remember. Uh, I mean, their prices ain't bad compared to some of the other companies I've seen. So there's the Aussie that wasn't showing up on the other site.
Oh yeah, like they've I think they've done all four of the Kiss characters, all four of the Kiss members.
I
'Cause
will
I've
say,
seen them at Walmart liquidate.
McFarlane's one looks better than this one.
Yeah, well, they would have to, right? Like,
Yeah. Well, I don't really know. I mean, I don't really collect loyal subjects because the only thing I can think of loyal subject is really turtles and maybe Marvel. I didn't know even I seen the strawberry shortcake stuff before, but I didn't know it was loyal subjects.
yeah.
I thought that was just something else.
Oh, they're about to
What
expand massively. I don't know if you saw this.
are they?
Yeah, they're gonna expand massively. They just got the licenses for Mask and Gem, so they're bringing those back.
Okay.
And
No,
Gem
I did see
is
something about the mask.
no, yeah, no, but Mask, the show with the little Hot Wheels and the little mini cars, not
Mm.
Mask, the Mask of Jim Carrey, because
Oh,
people can get confused by that. This is an '80s property they're bringing back. But the
so
Gem
Jam
thing,
and the
I
holograms.
yeah, I saw
Yeah.
Toy Habits did like a whole episode talking about that and how they're gonna bring back Gem, and Gem Gem does all right, like in the secondary market. I think the the loyal subjects took the license from Super 7 for Gem, because they had done reaction figures for Gem, but I
Yeah.
think they only did like the two characters, like they did the girl and the main bad guy. I don't think they got to do the whole teams or the whole bands, because Gem is like the concept of Gem is like a team of good guys versus a team of bad guys. The only difference is they rock and roll, like they're like
Yeah.
music. Yeah,
I
so
know
it'll
who Jim
appeal to
is.
girls, I
Yeah.
guess. And like the April O'Neil or the floater character is like some dude named Rio, and he's got like this big purple afro, and he's got
Hmm.
like this like dark Latino skin. Like he's supposed to be like Puerto Rican or something. I don't know, but that's
Yeah.
basically the concept of Gem. And I'm not talking bad about it. I'm just giving
I
an
don't know.
overview of what Gem is. It's basically
I
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I remember my sister watching that show when I was a kid. So yeah, no, the show was
Yeah,
interesting. Kind of like
yeah,
Josie and the Pussycats. Remember that show? It was
yeah. I
another
was.
female band that was like solving
I
mysteries or
know
something like
Josie and the
that.
Pussycats, but
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't even born when that show came out. Literally, like, I like no joke. Josie and the Pussycats is like what 71?
I wasn't born when it came out, but I remember when the movie came out, the live action movie they remade, and then to find out it was a cartoon back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, well, some stuff
So,
is like ageless, like the Flintstones. Sooner or later, you're gonna see an episode of the Flintstones, the Looney
oh
Tunes.
yeah.
You're gonna see Bugs and Daffy and all these people sooner or later.
You know what'd be
Yeah.
cool? You know
What's
what'd be
that?
really cool? What'd be really cool if they did?
What?
Make
What?
Tiny Toons all grown up. Just a movie. Just a movie, not a show, just a movie. Looney Tunes or Tiny Toons all grown up. So you got Buster, Babs,
What?
Plucky.
Loyal subjects doing it, or
No,
any
no, no.
company?
Just a cartoon. Just a cartoon.
Oh, making a
And you have like,
cartoon where they're
yeah,
grown up.
and then you have like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck as like these old characters.
Well, they
That'd
did.
be
You didn't hear about this? They already
no.
did it, and it failed spectacularly. It was called Tiny Toons Luniversity or something, where they basically go to college, and they're all a lot older, but they kind of still look somewhat the same, and they can't put in Elmira for some reason, which I don't know what it is. I'm not doing a hot take. I honestly can't find out why they wouldn't bring in the thing, the Elmira character, because she's supposed to
Yeah.
be a take on it's supposed to be like a third cousin or whatever of Elmer Fudd, but Elmer Fudd used to be a hunter, and this Elmira is just like a girl that like squeezes her animals basically. But
Yeah.
maybe that goes into hot topics and making people uncomfortable. So I don't know. Maybe there's that.
Probably. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's something to it. So basically, what I saw a few minutes ago, Full Metal Jacket Alchema. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah,
But and then you got Kiss, you got Ghost, you got basic stuff really. So it's kind of interesting, but it's not very much of a change. It's like they don't have much. Strawberry Shortcake, Rainbow Bright, Ninja Turtles, Marvel, and some offshoots of some other stuff.
yeah, but that gem thing is gonna really make them really put them on the map. So
Oh
I
yeah, for
wonder how
sure.
they're gonna do it because they can't have their regular articulation for gem.
No.
I like loyal subjects enough to. We're literally doing a show on them. So, and we've done the shows on them before. We've covered,
So,
excuse me, some of
yeah.
their stuff. But to do, you've seen gem figures? They're like they're they're made. They have the mentality of Street Sharks, where it's like too big to ignore. Like you
Yes.
remember like Barbie was like 8 inches. Gem was like 10 or so. Gem is like Mesco sized with big feet, big hands, big. I'm not making jokes. These are plastic toys, so
Oh yeah.
nobody at me about this. Look
Oh,
on eBay for
why
these things.
not? Why not? Come on.
Because I don't want no problems, and I want to be problem free. That's what I want to be. I want to be problem free. Those toys were made
Me too.
to call attention. They were made
Yes.
bigger than Barbie, and it's kind of the same mentality with He-Man too. He-Man was
Yes.
massive compared to GI Joe, because you remember the GI Joe was 3 3/4, and then here comes He-Man. Wow, He-Man's all big and ripped, and the rubber band in the crotch, and like he can switch out arms, and like he's gonna punch the
Yeah.
shit out of you, and he's got muscles on muscles on muscles, and yeah, He-Man's the man, and he's more man than the GI Joe, and that toy line forced itself to push Hasbro's GI Joe out of the way of the spotlight.
Yep.
Sometimes you want to be. This is not to be political. but sometimes you have to be too big to fail to succeed. Like you have to make noise in the
Yes.
industry. Funny enough, when Ninja Turtles came in, you remember this? They pushed He-Man way out of the spotlight and hard. And
Yes.
Ninja Turtles are like approximately 4.5 inches. He-Man are 5 solid inches. So you went back to a smaller scale, but your this character designs was a lot more interesting than He-Man's. The exact same body except different heads and different paint, for a couple of things, and it works again now because the
It
Origins line
does.
sells well. It does very well. It's very strong license, but things like that happen.
Yeah. We just gotta, look at it this way as collectors, as nostalgia, as people that just still can never get past their childhood because they love the stuff that was on TV then and stuff that's on TV now is okay, but not as
Yeah,
entertaining sometimes, Uh those things are always gonna sell. And we
yeah,
pass them down generation to generation. Like my youngest son is collecting Power Rangers now. Original Power
there you go.
Rangers, from Hasbro. And now
Yeah,
soon, Playmates. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been real fun,
yeah.
you know.
Another funny thing with the loyal subjects, they just got these two licenses, right? They are going to the two extremes because Mask was originally the smallest toys you can get before we got into like Super Mini, the Mighty Max, that
Hmm.
type of stuff. But that was the smallest figures you could buy back in those days, right?
Yeah.
Mask was like this. And then you go to Gem that's supposed to be like this. Gem is like, Gem is excitement. Like Gem is really supposed to get in your face. So they're hitting both corners of it. So it's
Yeah.
very interesting for them to do, especially considering they're not gonna this is gonna break their scaling too. Because loyal subjects they're accustomed to being at a 5 even. No matter what the character is, it's a 5 even figure, right? Whether they make Lord of the Rings or they make Avatar, they make Ninja Turtles, loyal subjects usually plays in the 5 inch lane. I don't think they've ever done anything that big. The only time they've jumped like scale that big was when they did the special characters. When they did Super Shredder, remember the loyal subject Super
Mhm.
Shredder was big.
Yeah.
The loyal subjects Crane big.
Yeah.
The Razor and Toka, the loyal subjects, those were bigger than 5 inches. Those were like almost 7 inches. We've done an episode covering them where they literally scale with the
Yeah.
Playmate stuff because they are that big. They go with a lot of things. So it's weird for them to be like have gotten those polar opposites as far as scaling. Uh, and I don't know. It's interesting too because does that mean they're going to do multiple scales for Mask?
Yeah.
Because your nostalgia fan wants this Mask, right? The little
Yeah.
one that'll go with their original collection and whatever. Oh, you keep growing that brand, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're gonna have to start making at least the good guys and the main leaders in their regular 5 inch form that they put in with the little sticker of loyal subjects and BSTX or this is BS packaging. they're, they're gonna have to because that's
Yeah.
usually their thing.
What next?
You
Polly
know,
Pocket?
I don't know who has Polly Pocket. It might be Mattel or Hasbro. Oh, speaking of that, you just reminded me of something. This is we did like a little coverage here of the Transformers One movie. At the beginning of the movie, right? There's this little intro to the Hasbro logo, and the Hasbro logo has has a Transformer silhouette that turns into a Mr. Potato silhouette, that turns into the Monopoly Man silhouette, and that turns into the Hasbro silhouette. The
Yeah.
Hasbro logo itself, but there's no
Okay.
Power Ranger in there. So you didn't even want Power Rangers because I think they had it like a GI Joe silhouette too because this is Hasbro's. Come on, bro, you own this. What? Why do you hide Power Rangers if you spent so much money on it, bro? I wouldn't. It's like
It's
having
because they're done.
a Ferrari and putting it in your garage and locking the door
Yeah. They're
and
done
driving
with
around in
it.
a Pinto or something. What do you do?
That's all it is.
See, there
They're
we go.
just done.
Automotive time
They're just
for the
done. They're just
automotive
done.
fans. We always get
Yeah.
one in there for you guys. We know that's what y'all want to hear. Car talk. Car talk.
We gotta clean our, we gotta clean our air filters every once in a while. Keep it in check.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you too, since we're starting to wrap up the show here. Any automotive adventures with you lately, or you're doing all right?
I'm doing all right. I am gonna like I was just making a joke, but I am gonna go buy a air filter for my car and put it in myself. Probably next week
Yeah,
because sometimes people say they do things to your car and they never do. Or you buy a car that's used and you realize that, well, one air filter wasn't changed ever in its lifetime. Maybe the other one needs to be changed too.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. That's true. Now that you say that, you remind me. I have to buy out the one of those air cans to clean out the AC in my room because I have the AC. The portable AC that you put it on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I need to buy that spray to clean it out because the filter I've already it got so black and dusty I had to throw it away. But now I have to clean that out. So
Yeah.
on that note, I think we could wrap up this episode unless you have anything else. Because now we're talking AC repair, and I think that's getting into the weeds a bit.
I think we can cool down and chill out and take the night off.
Yeah, we could chill out with this subject.
The loyal
Everyone, if you
subjects are
like our
gone.
show, yeah, subscribe or like or share. Have a fun. You know what? Don't do anything, but just enjoy the show.
Yeah,
That's why we
just
do it,
enjoy
is
the
to have
show.
fun. Leave your little comments, and we'll catch you next time.
Good, bad, indifferent. See you next time.
Bye.
Peace.